Hi, my name is T-Bone. I am a Spyro Reignited speedrunner, and today I'd like to go over the current world record run in Spyro 1 any%, no balloonist skip done by the current world record holder, the fantastic BobbyBill. We're going to watch this run, and I'll provide some insight into the tricks Bobby is performing, the route being used, and so on. So after skipping those cutscenes, because we don't watch cutscenes as speedrunners, we're going to start off here in the Artisan's homeworld, the first thing you encounter in the game, making a sharp turn to the left and going to rescue the first dragon, Delbin. Bobby needs to rescue 50 of these dragons by the end of one of the homeworlds called Beastmakers, and he also needs to collect 6,000 gems. So you'll see here he lit up the stone tablets. In the casual playthrough of the game, that's meant to be a secret in order to unlock this level Sunny Flight. It's very easy to step in the 5 paths, they light up. The reason we're entering Sunny Flight is because Bobby needs to collect 6,000 of those gems before the end of Dreamweavers, which is the last homeworld that will go before the final boss in Nasty's homeworld. So Bobby is implementing the flight strats for this one, the individual level strats, to get as fast a time as possible. You'll see from the splits on the left of the screen, right over here, he completes this level in about 142, so it's about a 115, 120 flight, and then the rest of the times come up to the movement outside the level, getting into the level, all that stuff. So he's got the planes in a specific cycle. That's the hardest part about the Sunny Flight. And he's just going to come down here, try to fly as close to the water as he can, take the shortest paths in order to save as much time as possible. You're going to hear Bobby's commentary in the background occasionally, because this is something he streamed live on his Twitch channel when he achieved this world record run 3 weeks ago at the time of recording. So Bobby just has these chests left to get. He's going to make a quick turn over here. He's going to do a little animation skip at the end where he's going to get this chest against the wall to prevent Spyro from flying up into the air. So we'll see right there. Yep, he'll stop right there. He'll do a quick retry so that he can guidebook back to the beginning of the level. And that is Sunny Flight. So like I said, 140, 139 was his time on the split. You'll see in the lower left-hand side over here his running timer. That is the loadless timer. Anytime that Spyro is in a loading screen, the timer pauses, even though the real time up here at the top, which is obscured now, keeps running. Whenever he has control of Spyro, when he's outside of a loading screen, the loadless timer here in the bottom left will continue running. So he's coming out here in the Stone Hill. Stone Hill is a quick level. He's going to be in here for less than a minute. It looks like about 40 seconds or so. In Artisan's homeworld, to get out of the Artisan's homeworld, you need 10 dragons. So he's going to collect 3 dragons in here, 3 dragons in the homeworld, and 4 dragons in the next level, Town Square. In the Artisan's homeworld, there's actually 4 levels: Stonehill, Town Square, Dark Hollow, and Toasty. But he's not going to do Dark Hollow or Toasty. Instead, he's just going to get through these 2 levels because the dragons are quick and easy, and the gems are quick and easy as well. So really, in this level and the next level, he's just running Dragon to Dragon real quick, getting some 5 gems on the way. The 5 gems are the blue ones that came from the Rams in that chest. So again, out of Stonehill, you'll see on the splits he actually got a gold segment. So down here tells you what his previous segment was against his PB. Negative 0.4 rather, that he saved time over his PV, and he golded by 0.1 seconds. So not a big gold, but a gold means the best way he's ever done that segment. It's the fastest way he's done it. On the splits, Bobby is racing against his PB of 33:21. So that's what these splits and these time saves meant. So he's currently 2.7 seconds ahead of his PB, the former world record, which would be 33:21 there. Bobby's entering Town Square right now, and Town Square features a nice skip to the end of the level. So when you enter Town Square, they show you the end of the level where there's a dragon up on top of a ledge that Spyro just quite can't reach with his normal jump, and casually you're supposed to see that and then be tempted to explore and find the way around to get up there at the end. Instead, he's going to use a trick called Fairy Proxy, where he's going to stand on the platform and occupy the same space as the fairy as it spawns in. It's going to put him up there, and we're going to watch that again real quick. I'm going to push that back here because Bobby is just so talented and so fast. He just does it, right away. So come back just a little bit. I just want to come back. Come right here. He rescued Niles. So he stands there, right here on this particular spot, which is the same spot that the fairy is occupying. Fairies, for some reason, in Spyro have huge hitboxes, and then when Spyro occupies the same space as something with a huge hitbox, the game forces Spyro upwards. So we'll see it real quick. Right there. Bobby is so fast he doesn't even stand on the fairy. It's possible to stand on this fairy's hitbox, but he's just so fast that as soon as he gets up, he jumps across the gap here to collect the second dragon of the level. You can even see there's the end of the level right there. So you were supposed to run around, like I said, and get to the end. Here is the third dragon. Very fast. We're in this level for maybe a minute, it looks like.
I know my Stonehill.
You know, Bobby knows the Stonehill. The rest of this level is just about collecting some gems that are in the way. He's not going out of his way for gems. In the Arson's home worlds, in the early levels, the gems aren't as big. You know, majority of the gems lying around are going to be reds and greens. Reds are worth 1s and greens are worth 2, which you can imagine when you need 6,000 of them, those aren't the most time efficient. Bobby's going to come here and rescue Nestor. He is the first dragon in the game. He does a skip called Nestor Skip, where he jumps as he collects Nestor. Doing this saves a ton of time because Nestor has an unskippable cutscene otherwise, where he explains the plot of the game to you. So with that, Bobby collects the Arson's Balloonist and is off to the Peacekeeper's world. So Bobby's here going to the Peacekeeper's world. He'll quickly collect the dragon at the beginning of the level. This is the second home world that Spyro, has. To get out of this home world, he needs 1,200 gems. To do that, he'll go into every level in the home world, as well as the flight level, Night Flight, very soon. So charge out of the balloon, just hop up on that step, don't bonk into it, collect Titan right here.
So crazy.
And for the most part, Bobby's going to run in straight lines. He's going to get there to get that 5 gem, and then that's it. He's just going to run straight to Dry Canyon, grab a couple of gems in the way, grab these chests because they're easy and in the way.
I think Wizard's not crazy.
So Bob's going to enter the level. He is going to grab this fan chest here. Fan chest needs a flame 3 times to spin the lids off. Grab all these gems. You can see they're all 5s and 10s, and they're very nice gems. He's not going out of those ways for those gems. He's not going out of the way here. He's just going to go straight to the dragon, rescue Conan. Conan, the barbarian dragon. And you'll see that Bobby is just making the choice to go after bigger gems. So the gold gems are worth 10. The blue, as I said, are worth 5. So it's worth going to get those. Another 10 there. Grab the second dragon of the level, Boris. He's going to grab more gems here. He'll even grab a purple gem off of this enemy, which is worth 25. So whenever possible, he's going to grab 25 gems. There's not very many. He'll come over here and get this gem. I'm going to pause that for a second because that's another nice trick here. Spyro has something we can consider coyote time. You'll see here, as I pause the screen here, Spyro is off the ledge. The developers gave Spyro coyote time so that, you can be more imprecise with your jumping when you're charge jumping. You're not normally supposed to get across this gap this way. Instead, you're supposed to go around to another part of the level. But because we can take advantage of that coyote time, we can charge off the ledge, be standing on nothing, and then Bobby can jump right there to make the glide. He'll come up, glide across here, grab Mask Most, and that is the end of the level.
He hit both the Wizard Peak and the G-Top Center run.
So as Bobby leaves Dry Canyon, you notice another gold split. He saved 1 second over his PB that he's racing against and 0.3 over his best. Thing Bobby just did right there, and I will come back to show it to you just a bit. See if I can get it. So right here, he is pausing while trying to enter the portal. When you enter the portal, it triggers the game to think that you're in the level. So he pauses it to enter Clifftown here. So even though he's still in the Peacekeeper's homeworld, the game says he's in Clifftown. So he's going to quit the game real quick.
Nice.
Just like that. And then come back in, he's going to be right in Clifftown. What this does is this saves an animation where Spyro does this very long flying into the level, going up and down. So Spyro's just on the ground. Saves probably 3 or 4 seconds, I think, doing that. Allows Bobby to just get right into the level. And we'll see him do that a couple times throughout the run. They're very fast tricks because, again, Bobby is a very fast runner. So a lot of things he does, we have to, pause and hope to catch. He did another trick there where he grabbed the egg, the from that thief while jumping. You have to collect 5 of those eggs in order to progress through the third homeworld, which was Magic Crafters. So that's the first one you catch. If Spyro collects the egg while he is in the air, he skips the animation where he collects the egg. If Spyro's on the ground, there's a little animation where the egg just kind of spins around Spyro before Spyro collects it, and you can't move during that animation.
As soon as I jumped to the beginning, I was like,
Bobby's just going to grab these last couple gems here, grab these here, come across here, grab Enzo. He's just going to just glide across this gap. You can see the gems gleaming in the distance here. Nice big 10s and 5s.
The thing is, to be fair with Terrace,
He'll do a little skip here to jump off the rock here to come up and get this dragon. You're really meant to go around, but again, just the way the geometry of some of these levels are designed allows Spyro to stand in places you normally shouldn't have. Collect those last 2 gold gems, and there's another gold split. He saves 7 seconds off his PB, which is very significant for a world record holder. You know, he held the world record at 33:21, and now he's 11 seconds ahead of where he was on his world record. Collect another 5 gem here. Quickly use this cannon to, I think it's here. He's going to grab some of these gems right out here and kill him, get the gems, and go straight in the Night Flight. So just like with Sunny Flight, Night Flight's a flight level that awards 300 gems upon completion, upon getting all 4 sets of items. And this one that's rings, arches, lighthouses, and chests. Night Flight, they're all static. It's the only flight level like this where none of the things you have to collect are moving. So he's going to have to take tight lines in order to, save as much time as possible. So the casual, the way you do it, you just do the rings, and you go over, fly over the chests, come back over, grab the arches, circle around, and grab the lighthouses. And if you do it casually, you just kind of circle around the level a couple times, and you barely have enough time to beat the level. He'll do a little weaving here where he got some arches, he got some lighthouses. Now he's going to go ahead and grab these chests real quick. There's not much chance for innovation here because the chests are just in a linear pattern. So he's going to try, when possible, to fly close down to the water. Spyro flies a little faster the closer he is to the water. It's just, so come down here. He'll do a little, weaving back and forth to collect the last lighthouses and arches. And doing this weaving pattern is what saves all the time in this flight level, and that's the individual strat as well. And then, like in the last flight level, he's going to go ahead and put Spyro against an object to try to prevent Spyro from doing the full fly-up animation. And that's Night Flight. This might be his first red split of the night. He, lost half a second. No big deal. He's still 11 seconds ahead. So we're going to see an opportunity again where he's going to collect a dragon egg from the thief while in the air. You see the animation is skipped. Spyro just immediately collects it. He's able to come over here and grab Gunner. And then Spyro and Bobby are going to go into our first boss level of the game, Dr. Shemp. Each homeworld had a boss character level. In the Artisan's homeworld, we didn't do Toasty at all. We just don't even bother with it. The reason we go into Dr. Shemp is because it's very gem-rich. You're only going to get 1 dragon here. But you're going to see that the majority of the gems that he's going to collect in this level are all these blue 5 gems. And these gold 10 gems. Yeah, there's some green gems in the way. You won't see any red gems in this level, I don't think. But see lots of 5 gems laying around. So in what ends up being a level that he's in here for about a minute, he picks up a good, probably about 100 gems, I would say. And those enemies down there that run around, they automatically kill themselves and give Spyro the gems. Alright, here's a couple of red gems. He'll flame that while he collects the dragon, so Sparks will collect the gem animation while he's collecting the dragon, and then exit the level, and that's it. So, in there less than a minute.
I want the 32 this run, and that'll set me up nicely for next time I run this, so we can go for the proper world record grind.
You can go ahead and enter Ice Cavern.
Let's go for the edge.
Alright, so Bobby's going to enter Ice Cavern. This is the last level of Peacekeepers. You can see we're just in here, 8:45, 8:46 entering the level in. Real time up at the top left is 13.5 minutes. So he's almost finished with the second homeworld already in less than 15 minutes. So here it's just about getting some dragons and eggs. There's a couple dragons here. What you'll see in this level is Bobby making a couple of very tight jumps where, he's going to make it look very easy because of how fast he is. but there are a couple jumps in this level where if you miss the jump, Spyro falls to his death, and you can pretty much say the run's over. For a world record hold like Bobby, any mistake really is, the end of the run.
I hate that. Actually, I really suck at that jump. It's tough.
So coming out of Andor, we're going to go into this more open area. He's going to do this nice little jump across the gap here. It's a very tight jump. Not step in the homeworld portal, because again, that would effectively end the run. Grab this 10 gem, and just use this rock here to skip those steps, which are very tight. We call them magic steps in the Spyro community. It is a very tight jump. It's not very fun to do. So we found an alternate where you just kind of jump on that rock instead. Then we're going to jump across this gap in a way that you're really not meant to do. Because again, that's one of those Spyro design level tricks where they show you part of the level that you're not supposed to be able to get to, so that you go explore and find your way around. But using that coyote time jump, we're able to just get across that gap. And that's the end of Peacekeepers. You can see we're just over 15 minutes in the game, and that's already, if you think of a homeworld as a big part of the game, that's a third of the way done through the game already, as there's 6 homeworlds.
Okay.
It's not a third of the way time-wise, because he is going to get, yeah, I mean, it's about a third of the way time-wise, too, if it's a 33-minute world record and he's 10 minutes in. Alright, so we're here in the Magic Crafter's homeworld. This is the one where we need to have 5 Dragon's Egg. So again, he's going to jump just as he collects the egg to skip the animation where Spyro would not have he wouldn't have any control over Spyro, and the egg would slowly dance over to Spyro. Now we're going to start to see some new things implemented here very soon. He's going to collect this one as well. Make a little jump here to get the thief. In this next level, you're going to see here, right, he just kind of walked over them. There are these arrows on the ground, and those are supercharged ramps. In the Magic Crafter's homeworld, there's lots of supercharged ramps, and Bobby is going to take advantage of that to do things that I promise you the level designers never thought were possible. So that's going to be at the end of this level, high caves as well as an alpine ridge very soon. You can see here he tried to skip this animation earlier. It's not possible doing all of them, but that's what I mean by fly and skip. So here again, there's lots of nice beefy 5 gems, 10 gems in Wizard Peak here. And you're going to see those gems crop up more often just because the later the game goes, there's more gems available and the bigger the gems are. The homeworlds the levels in Artisan's homeworlds have, I think, 300 gems each, and then Peacekeepers is 400. Magic Crafter's 500, Beastmaker 600, and then when you're in Dreamwormers, each of the worlds have 700 gems each. So there's just more gems available the later the game is. You can see here there's a couple of purple gems, 25s, as well as 10 gems in that section. He's going to come across here. So we're going to see the supercharge ramp in a moment. And Bobby's going to implement some keyboard and mouse strats. You can see here his cursor briefly changed to a keyboard, to a mouse icon. And you'll see it pop up a little bit again as he makes these really tight turns with the mouse. That's not. It's difficult on controller, but it's not impossible. And you'll have noticed down here in the lower left that the controller was not lighting up while he was doing some of that.
We'll see how I get on with it, really.
And he's going to show off more of those strats in a moment. He's going to collect this. Oh, he's not going to collect the drum. I'm sorry. He is going to use the, supercharge to just clean up all this area of gems. Get the last gem here and just run right into the portal. A little misstep there, but that's okay. You can see that Bobby is still almost 13 seconds ahead at this point after getting a gold segment on that high cave segment. So you're going to see some of the genius of this game. Sometimes gems don't want to be collected by sparks, and in fact, this enemy here at the top, who's going to drop a 10 gem, is not going to automatically collect the gem. He's going to have to jump and get it. Normally, when you charge into enemies, you automatically collect the gems, but for some reason, that one you don't. Here, he's just going to beat the stone cycle. That wizard is making the steps go up and down, or in the down position, you can't climb them. So very fast, he jumps up. Now he's going to try to beat that next cycle where the wall comes down, collect this 10 gem here, and then come back before the wizard makes the wall come up. Then he's going to try to also get that cycle in the distance there where that wizard is making the platform go up and down. He just got it. Very nice. those are 3 cycles that if you miss can, eat up a little bit of time there, as you have to wait for the wizard to reset the moving parts
I wanted that
to be
guy.
more
He was
to
not
be
there.
where Spyro can get through them. Bobby's going to do a little damage abuse there to flame that chest. So that's a fireworks chest. You'll see that a couple times this run, where Bobby will charge into the fireworks chest instead of flaming them. Because if you flame them, then there's a long animation where the flames kind of like trigger down,
Goes out the
like
window,
fireworks
yeah.
do before they
Don't understand
explode.
why people do
But
that.
if you bonk into them, you take damage, but you immediately collect gems as if you were, charging through any chest. So here he's just going to grab
Missing
a
10 gems
gem or
there.
two,
And now 2
exit
cylinders,
level.
but
Look at that. He saved
no problem.
3.6
Speed
seconds on
level.
Alpine Ridge. Another gold.
I forgot to fucking guidebook.
So now he's going to guidebook back to Hyde Caves. He was
Wow.
meant to do it at the end of Alpine Ridge.
That's
Little
like what,
mistake
4
there.
seconds lost?
Only costs about a second or two. The reason he's doing that is so he can exit the level from the High Caves. And you saw right before we entered Alpine Ridge that the High Caves portal comes right across the supercharge ramp.
The thing is,
So
it's
he's
not
going to
even
use the
like
supercharge ramp
like you know
again
on
to
20 you jump
collect
again.
more things
Doing
in
that
the
on
level
Wii,
very
it's
fast.
weird.
At this point, he'll collect this dragon here,
The
Xantor.
old way,
He
yeah.
skipped it last time. You saw the mouse there. He's
The old NBS.
using the mouse to give Spyro very tight turning
Knows how my brain works.
in the supercharge, so we can grab that chest with the 25, kill those 2 enemies who had 10s and who had a 10 and a 5
There's literally
respectively,
no reason
and
not
go
to
right
do
into
this,
Wizard
but
Peak.
don't see
Wizard
why.
Peak is about to have some major
So it's
keyboard
still 20
and mouse
minutes, not 20
strats,
again.
where he's going to use the mouse to make Spyro turn tighter
I mean, it's not
than
like
is
the biggest time
possible on
loss in the
controller.
world, but it's slower.
And you'll see very quick turns, very quick, he's like
To not do it in
circling
20 minutes.
himself. And this is, another level where there's lots of
And then
gems.
you
So you're
can
going
do
to see
all the
lots of
ones
5s and
else
10s
doing
collected.
no one.
He's moving so fast that that enemy didn't have a chance to spawn before he flamed him. There's a couple enemies like that where they just kind of spawn in from the wizards, and they're not there yet, but the gems are, so you can still flame the hitboxes.
Let's not screw this up.
So here you're going to see that his cursor is going to change to, the mouse again, and he'll do these nice, quick, tight turns, to collect all these gems. Collect all his enemies because they have 5s and
Guess that's
10s
probably
each.
very far.
Jump across here,
Just getting hit by that guy.
grab those chests, come down here to Lucas Hill.
Why
Oh,
went fucking
looks like an enemy just kind of spawned and stopped him.
fucking far do you have to
He
turn
would have
though?
carried the supercharge all the way up this hill. So even then, knowing that this is a
How
world
far
record
deep?
run, you could even see where Bobby can improve upon it further, which is, crazy. He'll collect that egg, and that's the last egg that you need to get out of this homeworld.
Didn't turn right enough.
So I'm going to rescue Hexus, and that's the end of the level.
That's still guide
Without,
holders
with even with that mistake, he still saved almost a second.
Funny.
So,
I mean, I
he's
guess
probably got a couple extra seconds of time save in that segment still, but that's okay. And we're just hitting the 15-minute mark now. So halfway through the third homeworld, we just hit the 15-minute mark.
Even worth going there.
Little under halfway done with the run entirely.
It's a 5 gem though.
So again, he's
I
just
felt like
collecting
I
big
turned
gems there. You
really
saw there
deep,
were
like
some
I was
2s,
like,
there were some 1s.
I thought I
He's not
overshot
going
it
to go out
a
of
bit.
his way for them at this point. Here we're entering Crystal Flight. Crystal Flight has a nice strategy in the beginning where you're going to immediately turn around
Maybe I got there
to
too quick.
fly ahead of the
Maybe that's the
planes.
thing.
So casually, the planes are starting to fly past you when you load into the level. I'll pause it right here. Whoops, I will not pause it right there. I'm going to back it up just a bit.
The thing.
I'm going to come right here.
Who knows?
So I'm going to show you. You can see there's a plane flying right past you, and that plane also is flying past you as well, right there. And there was one over here. And that was, again, another casual way to show you, hey, when you come back around, there's these planes flying. But instead, what he's going to do is just jump down, get ahead of these cycles, these plane cycles, get the arches here. And he's going to get all the planes probably in one shot. Just alternating up. Yeah, all the one shot. And that saves probably about 15 seconds if he were to miss any of those planes. So it's a huge important strat to do that, to turn around and do that, and it saves a ton of time in what otherwise would take a while in the flight. So this flight level is going to last less than a minute. And he's going to get another cool 300 gems. And that's why we do these flight levels, because the time it takes to collect these gems is negligible. So here now he has all the moving targets. Everything else is static. He just got to collect all the chests. So we see the chests in the other levels.
That chest is the worst. When I was doing IO,
He already got the rings. He's got the planes.
I hated that chest.
And then we just saved the last arch for down here. So he's going to fly into the arch, into the wall again to skip that big upward flying animation of Spyro. And he saved 13 seconds of Crystal Flight, so that's the best he's ever done it from his PB. So maybe he had some trouble on his PB. No big deal. He's going to go right out of here and into the next level. And you saw that crystal flight time was 49 seconds. So 49 seconds for 300 gems is a great trade-off in speedrunning. Here we're going to clean up these last couple gems, get those 10s, go right into Blowhard. This is going to be the first boss that we fight. So we didn't go into Toasty at all, and then we didn't fight Dr. Shemp. Blowhard is the first boss we're fighting. This is like the other boss levels. It has a ton of gems and just one dragon. So he's going to collect that one dragon. He's going to collect nearly all the gems in this level. So I believe there are 500 gems in this level. He's going to collect, I think, probably about 460, 470. He's not skipping very many. The ones he are skipping are going to be like 2s and 1s, whatever few exist. You can see that again, 5s, 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 10s. So lots of blue gems, lots of gold gems here. And there's Blowhard. Flame him. Blowhard's going to run away. You can see, like I said, the only gems he's really skipping are those, those green gems and those red gems. Grab these chests here, more gems. Get Altair, or however you want to pronounce it. Didn't skip the moving platforms like they sometimes do. He'll skip the second one. Just grab more of these gems. So again, very big gems here. And Blowhard's a three-phase fight. You're supposed to like dodge his lightning bolts, but the way they kind of structure the fight is they wanted Blowhard to set up as you approach him. But since we're moving so fast, Blowhard doesn't get a chance to set up. So you hit his hitbox and kill him. He dropped those gems, collected those gems. He's done.
I could have asked you for them.
So yeah, he almost collected 400 gems, 388. Another gold segment. So Bobby is doing very well against his PB. And then you see Balloonist is happy about risking all the dragon eggs, and that'll get us over to Beastmakers. All right, Bobby's entering Beastmakers. A little darker now. Beastmakers is the fourth homeworld in the run, and to leave Beastmakers, you need to collect 50 dragons. So we'll see Bobby collect the last bit of his dragons. I'm going to do a little jump around into the swamp to get to the first level, Terrace Village. Terrace Village is a very gem-dense level, so this is probably something we'll probably get over 300 gems here. So you're probably noticing at this point there's not a lot of glitches that Bobby's doing, not a lot of, not a lot of things you expect in speedruns. What really this category is Spyro 1 NBS, no Balloonist skip. That means we're not doing a skip in the Peacemaker's world, or the Peacekeeper's world, where you can just skip to the end of the game. Instead, we're playing the game as intended, just playing it very well. So you'll see Bobby just, getting enemies, collecting gems real fast, and that's really what he's doing at this point in the game, and for the rest of the run. He's just going to collect gems real fast. He's going to flame this rocket in the grass here, and then he's going to make this jump here. This jump is meant to be made casually. It's still a very tight jump. You have to charge off, kind of use coyote time to do it. It's more like the first hard jumps in the game. But it's also where the level designers try to teach you, hey, coyote time exists a little bit. If you run at this, you'll just barely get across the gap. Flaming those rockets here defeated the strong chest. He doesn't get the cycles here. These electric guys are electrifying the floor. He had to wait for the cycle, just a little slower. And they missed the guy. I think I'll have to wait for this one too now. Yeah. So losing a little bit of time here, because we don't want to get electrocuted because that'll just waste more time. And Sparks is not picking a gem. Sometimes Sparks doesn't pick up gems, and it's very frustrating as a Spyro runner, and you just live with it. So, yeah, he was just off on these cycles here, so I think he'll probably lose a little bit of time this level, but luckily being 35 seconds up at this point, as of the last split, is still in a good spot. So he's going to grab these 2 gems, and then that's the end of that. Yeah, he lost 7 seconds on those cycles, so only 28 seconds up now. But still in a very nice spot as he's, gotten through the first level of Beastmakers, the third homeworld, and he's at 19 minutes at this point. He's going to collect our guy Bruno, one of our favorite dragons in the Spyro community. Jump across here, collect these 2 real quick. He'll use an iframe here. So he'll take damage from the first chest, the first fireworks chest, and then while Spyro's still recovering in his immunity frames, which is called iframes, he'll charge to the second chest and get the gems for free. Then we're just collecting a number of gems here, and then jumping right down, collect a few more gems, and into Wild Flight. Wild Flight is the first flight level with more than one moving, target. In this case, there are both boats that he has to capture, as well as planes. So Bobby is going to need some very tight movement to get both the boats in the right spots and the planes in the right spots to, where he needs them to be. Because while he's collecting these boats, and he's going to miss that one intentionally, he also is going to fly through these arches. And he needs the boats to be in the right place. And we've had lots of runners understand this, and where the boats are. So you'll see boats are just in the right place where he can get the flames and then go through the arches. That boat was in the arch, and then these last two boats will pretty much be in these arches where he can just go ahead and collect that. Then the last two collectibles, almost in the water, are chests and planes. So again, the planes are on a global cycle as well, and he's just going to fly into them rather than chase them, save some time, and then grab these chests in the interim, grab a plane in the chest, grab a plane. The final plane is going to be in here with the chest, so he can kind of clip into this wall and prevent that fly-up animation. You can see 44 seconds for 300 gems. That's a great bargain, and that's the fastest ever done wild flight too, 2.6 seconds there in the corner. So we're back to 30 seconds up. Take this up here, and he's going to collect my favorite dragon of the run, and that is the dragon, the myth, the legend, Kalidas. Collect these fan chests for gems, and then jumping into Misty Bog, which is, he tried to do the fly and skip there, didn't quite get it. Fly and skip would have saved 3 or 4 seconds to skip this little flying animation you'll see at the beginning. No big deal, that he didn't get it. It's one of those nice things to have, but no run's ever going to be perfect. You're never going to get all the tricks. Not in Misty Bog. We're in Misty Bog, not Treetops. Oof. That's bad on me. So Treetops instead, we're going to use damage abuse here to get in this rock to skip to the end of the level, which you're not meant to do. But as you can see, a little bit of damage abuse to get up there. Those pigs are snipers. They can knock you out of the air for some reason. They have huge attack hitboxes, which are really frustrating. And then we're going to take the shortcut back to the top of the level. This is a level that was designed, I think very intricately, where you have this top-down area on this waterfall. This is all intended in terms of pathing and stuff. You were supposed to find this as a secret after getting to the end of the level to get these last couple gems here. What he's going to do now is he's got these gems. He's going to fly to the beginning of the level now and collect more gems. Jump over that life box. He doesn't need it because Bobby doesn't die. Get more gems here and prepare himself for the next thing. Jump over the tongue of the frogs. Grab one of them. Grab the tree things that have these giant... They're very deceptively fast once they get out of the ground, so you want to flame them before they do so. Grab a couple more gems. Grab a 10 gem and a bunch of 5s. And then Bobby's just going to run here to the end of the level. So this is... We try to do this as much as possible, and you even saw that earlier with Town Square. Run to the... get to the end of the level in a way not intended, and then do the level in reverse a little bit. Unfortunate. You see how fast those tree things are. Caught him a little bit, but he'll still here collect Zeke, and that is the end of Misty Bog. And still, he did that real nice. Misty Bog is a level that a lot of runners struggle with. I personally struggle with that level with not getting through without being killed. Usually because the pigs are snipers, because those trees are very fast. That's a funny thing, where you come out of that portal, that pig is automatically dead. I think the developers did that on purpose, so the pig wouldn't immediately home in on you and kill you upon leaving the level. So it's a free 5 gem. So now we're entering Treetops, and the theme of this level is that this thief has stolen a gem, and you're supposed to chase the thief around the level casually, using supercharged speed ramps to jump between the treetops. We're going to ignore him, because Bobby is going to do this level a little bit out of sequence. So there's the guy with the 25 gem. Those are valuable because they're worth 25 gems. What he's going to do, other than clean up some of these enemies here, you can see we're still chasing the thief. Grab this key as a backup, but hopefully it won't need it. And jump across this gap here, and you'll see that the next part of this, you're supposed to chase that thief across that supercharge ramp. What he's going to do is going to get to this corner supercharge, and then do some quick turning here to get down this ramp to jump across this island. Now, normally how you get across this island is you use the supercharged ramps to kind of run around the level, and then you find that little ramp and jump over here to get Jed and these gems. And there's the thief over here as well that he'll just go ahead and bump in the path of. He was able to do a little more running. So the way Spyro does in the supercharge, and it's very noticeable in this level, the longer he's in supercharge, he'll do a couple of speed barrier things to gain a little bit more speed. You won't see it here, but you'll see it on the final supercharge of the level.
I did that once.
Again, using some mouse strats to make Spyro's turning tighter. You can do that on controller,
Making sure I get the just
but it's a lot easier in mouse.
putting in the enemies.
Here's the last supercharge of the level, and Bobby is going to do a major skip at the end. So he's going to try to jump through here without stopping a supercharge, using the keyboard and mouse. And you'll saw here he broke, a speed barrier. It allows him to jump to this island. So again, casually to jump to this island, you have to chain a number of supercharge ramps together.
I take that.
Instead, he was able to skip it by going through that tunnel real tightly, grab these last couple gems, use the fan chest to break that chest over there, grab these gems, and we are done with treetops.
Take that.
And another 10-second time save. Bobby's on fire, a minute ahead of his world record. That is insane, especially, in a game like this where there have been hundreds of people who have tried it. And so the game is very optimized as it is,
Can speed.
but it still shows that there's more, opportunity for us in this game to save more time. So into Metalhead, aka Jank Man, because sometimes he is jank in the way that he goes in this level. Metalhead has these force field pylons to protect him, and he also throws enemies as projectiles at you, and sometimes those glitch out, both the pylons and the enemies, to make gems spawn in weird places, to make things do weird things to Spyro. Luckily, since we know this is a world record run, Bobby was able to avoid probably all of that nonsense. So here, he's coming in here to really get all the gems. He's going to collect this last dragon in this level as well, because you only need 50, and after that you don't need to collect any more dragons. Well, his last dragon for the Balloonist. There's going to be one more dragon at the end towards the end of the game, but for now, he's going to go ahead and get these enemies. Sparks got that.
Yep.
Grab this last enemy here. Again, lots of 5 gems, and we're going to collect the last dragon, Siddiqui, number 50. So that's all we need to get out of this homeworld. So you'll see here these pylons are protecting him. If they are glowing red, then they do damage. So there's a little bit of RNG that Bobby has to react to. There is no set pattern for when a pylon will go from green to red. If they are red, they damage Spyro, and Spyro can't break them. So I'm going to jump up here to grab some gems, and then try to beat Metalhead down to a spot. Didn't quite beat him. Metalhead can also break some pylons on his own. Unfortunately, he did not do any time, but he got really nice RNG where none of the pylons were red in that path, and he was able to destroy all the pylons and beat Jankman. So now it's just for Bobby to go ahead and collect the rest of the gems in the level that he needs. You'll see again, this is very gem dense. Lots of 10s, lots of 5s, even lots of 2s. Come around here, grab these last couple gems. He's out of the level, out of Metalhead. There's another gold, saved another 3 seconds
Good luck.
over his PB.
I feel like
Looks like less than a 0.1 of a second time save for his best segment. So he's doing that about as efficiently as he can.
very good gem.
From here, he's just going to leave Beastmakers. You see, he's happy. They collect all the dragons. And from now on, we're just going to skip dragons. So at this point, there's only 2 more levels left to collect gems in. So, and plus the homeworld, the Dream Room is homeworld. It's a very short homeworld.
AKA solid run.
Welcome to Icy Flight, or to Dreamweavers. So again, all Bobby really needs to do at this point is he needs to make up the 6,000 gem difference. He's about 900 down. So luckily, this homeworld has, I think, 700 gems, as well as all the levels in this homeworld. But we're not going to go into any of those levels. So we just ran by the Dark Passage portal. Over in that castle to the left there is, Lofty Castle, I think, is the name of the level, or something like that. I don't remember the name of the level. Thing is, being a runner in this category, you don't play those levels, so I honestly don't know what they are. You just kind of see him and say goodbye. Use this cannon here to shrink those enemies because they're in the way, and plus they also drop 10 gems, so you want to be able to defeat them with a charge attack. So he's just collecting gems, he'll probably end up about 200 gems from this homeworld. Not using the damage boost to get through that because it'll knock you off the platform. He's going to go into Icy Flight, which is the last flight level. So this flight level will take about 45 seconds
69, nice.
or so,
So that means I'll be
and he'll collect 300 gems. He's in a perfect spot right now, 53.69. He'll come out of this with 56.69. He'll enter in Jax with, just shy under 5,700, which is good
41.
because that's about as much gems you're going to enter in the level after that. So again, he's going to try to use the IL flight strategies, which is, getting these chests and lighthouses alternating. These two elements are not moving, they're static, but the last two elements, the helicopter men,
I think
or the
yeah, it's the
paracopter, I think is what they're
helicopters
called,
actually to
and the trains are moving. So he does have to catch them on the cycles.
harder gym count wise.
So he dips down to the ground a little bit to try to gain a little bit of speed,
Tired.
because every second counts. Every millisecond even counts. So you see those trains are moving along the track on a global cycle, and then these paracopters are flying up and down. And there's not much more to say in this level. You know, Bobby's going to clean up. He's going to grab some paracopters. He's a little ahead, actually. He's so fast that the trains are not where they should be. He had to actually stop to get that train. That's how ahead he is. We got the last paragraph. There's really no way to skip that last animation. So you can see that's the animation he's been skipping in all the other flight levels.
Too loud.
But still, 56 seconds. Another gold there. He saved 2.1
What I say?
over his
96.
PV. Probably with movement outside the level. And he's at 56.69. He's going to go into his final boss level before the last homeworld. So the final level of this homeworld, Jax. Collecting those 15 gems there.
That's what I'm saying.
So now he just needs a little bit over 300 gems in Jax, and as I mentioned before, there's 700 gems in this level. There's plenty of gems here. So getting through Jax is just about taking the shortest route that is the most gem dense. So we'll see Bobby utilize a couple of Cody time jumps in this level. He's going to do them very fast. This level also features these jesters who are immune, but when you hit them, they turn on a timer and make something in the level change. So in this case, they have these platforms that raise or lower. You'll see him grab these gems. This platform's going to raise. He's going to go ahead and use the coyote time to make this jump he shouldn't normally make, and then he's going to use it again to make the jump he shouldn't make. You're normally in casual, you're supposed to hit both of those
Jump, please.
jesters to make the platform even higher. But thanks to the coyote time jumping, he can ignore all that, just collect the gems. So he's going to skip this dragon because he doesn't need it. He's going to go ahead and fight Jax, who is like this big jester. This jester can be lame though. You'll see him a couple here. Bobby is going to take advantage of the fact that that is not solid and go right into the whirlwind, and rather than waiting for the platform to raise him up to get above that island. Chase Jax to the level. Jax is going to drop a number of purple gems. They automatically go to Spyro. So he's just going to come up here and grab these last couple purple gems, and then hop into the portal because it's faster than just opening up the menu and exiting the level. And you'll see that'll just put him over 6,000. 6,001, perfect. And that's the last requirement he needs to get through here. Talk to the Balloonist. The Balloonist feels better about him getting 6,000 gems, and he's going to enter into the final homeworld, the nasty Nexus. Welcome to the Nork Nexus. Bobby's going to collect the final dragon of the game. You need to collect this dragon so that the levels, they start opening up. This is Delbin. You'll notice that Delbin was the first dragon that he collected in the game. In the canon of the game, if we had watched cutscenes, with the dragons talking to the dragons in the Nasty Nexus have all been recaptured. And so, if we were collecting dragons, we'd be collecting some of the ones we saw from earlier in the game. Instead, all Bobby's going to do, all he has to do to unlock the final level, which is Nasty Nork, is go through the exit portals at the end of these levels. So he has to finish these levels by going to the whirlwinds at the end of the levels. He cannot just come in here and exit level. Bobby is going to use a major skip right here at the beginning of the level once he gets around this corner, and it's called Cove Skip. And using a technique called a wall glide, walls, for some reason, some walls push Spyro up. You'll see the wall just pushed Spyro up a lot higher than he can normally fly. He got to the top of that, and then boom, in the portal, he's done with the level.
Yes,
That's North Cove. That's it. All right, Bobby enters the penultimate level, Twilight Harbor. Again, just like North Cove, he has to get to the end and step through the whirlwind to activate the next portal. In this case, opening up the dragon's head, the big stone dragon's head, to reveal the portal. So he revealed this portal by stepping through the whirlwind in North Cove, the vortex. Now he's got to do the same thing in Twilight Harbor. So Bobby is going to do a lot of these coyote jumps where he's going to just jump over parts of the level. He will use some damage boosting in a moment to get across this gap. Rather than run around all this nonsense, he's going to jump off this post, do a glide to get as far as he can over here, and then in the water, which damages Spyro, but that's okay. And then he's going to just one more time use some supercharged strats. Say goodbye to Cletus. We're not collecting him, unfortunately. And he's just going to weave through these enemies here to not get hit and just run right to the portal. And that's the end of this level. So that's all Twilight Harbor. He golded that by 8.2 seconds as well over his PB. So I guess he just had some trouble with the last time he did it. I'll actually hold it by 7.4 as well. So that was just the best he's ever done this level. So he's gonna do one final fly and skip the fly-in animation for Nasty Nork and gets to the end of the level. So in this level, Nasty Nork is firing at a platform for you, and you have to chase these thieves to get these keys. But with some very nice charging and flaming, you can get these keys really early in their cycles rather than chasing them all around. First key unlocks that door. Second key unlocks this door. Nasty Nork. So Nork is going to run away like a little, little child. Not so big now. We're going to do this little skip here to glide to the end. The reason this being is, you're meant to chase Nasty around this a couple times. They show you the gems here to, come back and collect. If you were doing a completionist run, 120 run. What Bobby is trying to do then is cut as much corners as possible so that Nasty is just getting to his platform as he comes around. And he's going to flame Nasty so Nasty doesn't run away, instead takes damage and goes to the final thing. If you're too slow there, Nasty will run around that course again, and you'll see that takes away a ton of time. So here we're coming right to the end. Just got to do last platforming. Oof. Little messy there, but that's no big deal. We're still a minute and a half ahead of the world record, and there we go, 31:49.74. That is your new world record for Spyro 1, any percent, no balloonist skip. There it is. So we're just gonna skip this last cutscene. We'll check the in-game timer too, which is even faster than the loadless timer. 24:47. Wow, that is amazing. What Bobby achieved here today is absolutely, you know, incredible. That's the entirety of Spyro 1 in real time, 47 minutes, loadless time 31 minutes, in-game time 24 minutes. That is blazingly fast. Thank you for joining me, and I want to thank BobbyBill as well for having this great run. He is one of the top runners in our community. You can check him out on speedrun.com. Check his profile out. Also on twitch.tv/BobbyBill12. That is his Twitch channel. He's always running, always trying to improve these records. Until next time, my name is T-Bone. If you could hit the like and subscribe button on this video if you enjoyed this commentary, and I will catch you next time.